mentally well. So in the Adventist church, we have added the fourth aspect. Katika kanisa la Kiadventista kuna kipengele cha nne tumeongeza. Nataka tuelewana ili tutakapoondoka hapa tuseme tumekutana na Mungu. Kwa hivyo maandiko matakatifu, ikiwa tumeweka mawazo kwa mambo hayo manne, kitabu cha Mwanzo kinatuambia kwamba Mungu katika mkono wake, ukisoma kitabu cha Mwanzo sura ya 1, utaendelea, siku ya kwanza Mungu akaumba, akasema kila kitu kilikuwa chema. Siku ya pili akaumba, akatazama, akapata kila kitu ni chema. Siku ya tatu akaumba, akatazama, akapata kila kitu ni chema. Siku ya 4 hadi siku ya 6. Na hapo katika siku ya 6 anampa binadamu sheria kwamba Mungu katika uumbaji wake hakukuwa na magonjwa. Echwech mar Nyasaye gimiluongo ni tuo ne onge. Echwech mar Nyasaye gimiluongo ni dera kata kech ne onge. Tiende ni ka Nyasaye nochwecho to nochweyo gima ber. Mungu aliumba akaona kila kitu kiko sawa. The problem we are fighting today, and the greatest disease we are fighting today, is the disease of sin. And that is where we will lay our emphasis. I have defined health, but I'll say the greatest disease we are fighting today is the disease of sin. And that is why song number 523, my faith has found a resting place, not in a man-made creed. Verse number 4 says something very nice. The great physician heals the sick. So there is nowhere we are going to get help apart from the great physician. There is nowhere we are going to be healed apart from going to the great physician. And that is why I am saying the greatest disease today is the disease of sin. Tutakaporudi wakati wa mchana tutazungumzia hayo mambo mengine. Lakini kwa wakati huu ugonjwa ambao tunazungumzia sana ni ugonjwa wa dhambi. Dhambi ndiyo imetufanya tukafika mahali tumefika. Dhambi ndiyo imetufanya tunazozana miongoni mwetu. We are not socially healthy because of the sin amongst us. We are not physically healthy because of the sin that is among us. Let us go to the book of 3 John. 3 John is only one chapter. So when I say we go to the book of 3 John, verse number 2, it is only one chapter with different verses. So in verse number 2, what does the Bible say?
2 says,
yes.
Beloved, I pray that you may prosper.
I pray that you may prosper
in all things.
In all things.
And be in health.
And be in health.
Just as your soul prospers.
Just as your soul prospers. So today I have come to invite you to the Savior Jesus Christ, who heals the sick, who gives hope to the hopeless, who gives courage to those who are discouraged. And the same Jesus Christ is speaking to us. He is doing the same things he did to Naaman in the book of 2 Kings chapter number 5. 2 Kings chapter number 5 is a story all of us know. Kidhi buku mar ruodhi mar ariyo, warado sura mar 5, warado gi jatich Nyasaye manong'ere ahinya mani luongo ni Naaman. I said the greatest disease we are fighting today is the disease of sin. And that is why I have come today to invite you to the great physician who heals the sick. The book of 2 Kings chapter number 5, verse number 2 and 3. What does the Bible say?
5:2 says,
yes.
And the Syrians had gone out on raids,
yes,
and had brought back captive a young girl from the
start
land
from
of
verse
Israel.
1, sorry brother.
Verses 1 says,
yes.
2 Kings 5:1.
Yes.
Now Naaman,
yes,
commander of the army of the king of Syria,
yes,
was a great and honorable man
was
in the eyes of his master.
And honorable man. Pole baba. Great and
honorable man.
Great and honorable man. Huh?
In the eyes of his master.
In the eyes of his master. Why?
Because by him
Friends, I want us to get that clearly. Naaman the commander was a great and honorable man. The reason of him being honored is given in what our brother is speaking about. Yes.
It says, because by him the Lord had given victory to Syria.
To Syria.
He was also a mighty man of valor.
He was a mighty man of valor.
But a leper.
You know, the Bible gives an articulate description of who Naaman is. And by all standards from the descriptions, Naaman is indeed a great man. Those of you who studied English, when you use the word but, what does it mean? Those who did English, just one. I know there are great English speakers in this church. When we say but, yes, jaduong som na gino gidholuo jogi baka matin. Buk mar ruodhi mar ariyo sura 5 wes 1 kende emisom na gidholuo. Ke joma nowacho ni wacho kisungu ka koro bato tamore but
Owacho.
Yes.
Kendo Naaman jaduong oganda lweny mar ruoth Suria.
Yes.
Nobedo ng'ama duong' e nyim ruodhe.
Yes.
Ni wera kuome Jehova nosemiyo Suria loyo.
Yes.
Bende ne en ng'ama ratego.
Yes.
Ma jachir.
Yes.
To.
Ne
en jadhoho.
Jakwathwa ni chunga gi kanyo. Ka ng'ato otiyo gi wad mar to, tiende nang'o? In michungi microphone duoka.
Mowacho ni mang'eny.
Gik mosewacho mang'eny ka. Gima luwe ni timore nade? So when you use the word but, all the positives that you had said before are negated. Are we together? So, despite Naaman being what he was, despite being a mighty man of valor, despite being respected, despite having been used to win the battles, all that he did was negated. Why? But
a leper.
But he was a leper.
To ne en jadhoho.
Friends, we can't be in the church. We may do great things in the church. We may speak the greatest sermons in the church. We may build great things in the church. But that is my concern today. I have told you, health is a complete social, physical, spiritual, mental well-being. We can do great things in the church. Choir, you can sing the best voices in the church. But that is my question today. That is my concern today. I said the greatest sin today, the greatest disease today is the disease of sin. We can hold very many seminars in the church. We can hold very powerful health talks in the church. But that is my concern. He was a leper. Wanyalo timo madonge kanisa. Wanyalo wero choirs madonge kanisa. Wanyalo bero jodikon maliche kanisa. To kata kamano. That is why I have come today to invite you to the great physicians who does not only heal the body but also heals the soul. I said, assumption is the mother of all blunders. Assumption is the mother of all blunders. Ni na paro, na galo. Let me give you a story. Don't ask me whether it is true or not. But it is an illustration. Assumption is the mother of all blunders. Na paro se miuji mang'eny otimo makosa mathoth. There was a young lady, a young mother who had a little boy. Every day the mother would go with the boy to do her daily chores. She used to do manual work to keep herself and the baby going. The baby could mumble a few words the way the young ones were mumbling. And this particular day, because it was the custom of this lady to go with a young boy to do her activities, she went as usual. I say, assumption is the mother of all blunders. We may assume that we are doing it right in the church, but so the mother went as usual. Lay the baby under a tree after giving the baby porridge, and went on digging as usual. And then a python approached. The mother was busy digging, and then the baby made sounds to call the mother. Mom, Mom, come in, come in. Mother did not bother to look at the baby. She simply told the baby, rest, I've given you food. The python approached closer and closer. The baby kept reporting every step, but the mother did not bother to look at the baby. Assumption is the mother of all blunders. All the mistakes we make in life, we make because we assume. Naaman was a mighty man of valor, and through him, many battles were won. And then closer the python came. The python started swallowing the baby. The baby cried. The mother did not bother. But when the baby made a final cry, the mother looked, but it was too late. Friends, assumption is the mother of all blunders. We have been in the church assuming that we are healthy. We have been in the church assuming that everything is going according to order. And we forget to walk with the great physician. Many a time we do our activities leaving behind the great physician. Endi mathoth kanisa okawach karuka. Tosebedo mathoth e kanisa mar Nyasaye ni ji odakadaka gi pachgi katimo mana dwachgi. Ka ok gidogi piny Nyasaye ni gima watimo ni to bende ni kare. Assumption is the mother of all blunders. Omiyo pachwa osetayowa. Ma kanisa kawuono tuo. Kanisa mane Yesu oweyo kani kod roho kod geno. Tuo kawuono nikech assumptions. The church that Jesus left, very vibrant, with enough information to be healthy, is now sick because we assume. Naaman was a mighty man of valor, and he enjoyed being mighty, and he enjoyed being praised by people, but he was a leper. What does verse number 2 say? Number 2 says,
2 says,
yes.
And the Syrians had
Yes.
gone out on raids,
Yes.
and had brought back captive a
Yes.
young girl from the land of Israel.
Yes.
She waited on Naaman's wife.
Yes.
Verses 3,
Yes.
Then she said to her mistress,
Yes.
If only my master were with the prophet who is in Samaria,
Yes.
for he will heal him of his leprosy.
Yes. I wanted to stop at that. You know, there's something very interesting. In the house of Naaman, there is a young, insignificant lady. Very insignificant in the sense that in the family of Naaman, this lady was not part of the family. This lady was a foreigner. In the structure of Naaman's home, this lady was the most insignificant person because she had no place. But look, she goes to her mistress and gives a report that if only my master anaero gimoro kuom nyako ni ingeni okowacho ni jatenda cha dodhi mondo change wacho ni kadine if only. She was not clear in her instruction because she knew her insignificance. She did not advise the mistress to tell the master to go to Israel. She was just thinking aloud. If only. Is that a clear instruction? Kadine. Oko wacho ni moro jatenda odhi oyudo chang, wacho ni kadine, if only. Friends, what I am trying to bring home is that assumption is the mother of all blunders. Do we consider all that we are doing? Do we consult God first before taking any actions? The greatest disease we are fighting today is the disease of sin. Verse number 5 gives me something very interesting. 2 Kings chapter 5, verse number 5. What does the Bible say?
5:5 says,
Yes.
Then the king of Syria said,
Yes.
Go now, and I will send a letter to the king of Israel.
Yes.
So he departed and took with him 10 talents of silver,
Yes.
6,000 shekels of gold,
Yes.
and 10 changes of
Verse
clothing.
number 9.
Verses 9 says, Then Naaman went with his horses and chariot, and he stood at the door of Elisha's house.
Yes.
10 says, And Elisha sent a messenger to him, saying, Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored to you, and you shall be clean.
Thank you very much. Verse 11, there is something very interesting.
11 says,
Yes.
But Naaman became furious.
Friends, I want you to see the sudden twist of events. This is a man who has been leprous for a period of time. And this is a man who has been longing for a healing. This is a man who I want to assume has been in and out of hospitals, if there were hospitals then, but has not been healed. He has got a breakthrough. He has got that there is a person who can make you whole. He has taken a step to go to the place where the healing was to be found. But he is still arguing. Assumption is the mother of all blunders. How many times have we identified our weaknesses in the church? How many times have we identified our helplessness in the church? But when we are helped, we still argue. Enya didi kanisa mar Nyasaye mwasefwenyo ni waonge teko kod nyalo. To kapod imiyo wakony, to pod riekowa oyombo joma dwa konyowa. Ing'eni Naaman osetuo. Madine an en. Kata nyisa manana gora e chuodho, to dina gora. But in verse 11, Naaman is still looking at his stature in the society. Naaman is still thinking of himself as a commander of the army. And is adamant. Verse 11, kindly brother, finish verse 11.
11 says, But Naaman became furious and went away and said,
Yes.
Indeed, I say to myself,
Yes.
he will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord, his God, and wave his hand over the place and heal the leprosy.
Friends, something is very interesting. We are in a society where even we dictate the kind of help we receive. We are in a generation where we even specify what should be done to us. We are in a state of helplessness, and we have identified our helplessness. We have identified where to get the help, but we still dictate the terms. You know, verse 12 gives us a very interesting thing about Naaman. What does verse 12 say? Verse 12?
12 says,
Yeah.
Are not the Abana and the Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus,
Yes.
better than all the waters of Israel?
Stop at that, brother. It is true you are going to help. But are the rivers in Damascus better than what you are telling me? Ena die ni dwa konya, lakini kony ni kang'iye to gi kony mang'eyo ka to mari ni taingo. Friends, I say the assumption is the mother of all blunders. We may assume that we are doing well, but there is a problem. Naaman has been told of the help. He has found where help is, but is still comparing where help is and other areas he knows. Ingeno neno kony, kendo se nyise ni kae tema konyruok nitie. To kata kamano kong'iyo konyno, to gi kong'iyo gi kako ng'eye, to wacho ni kony ni to onge tiende. How many times have we come to Christ with conditions? How many times have we dictated to Christ how we want to serve him? I said assumption is the mother of all blunders. And I say that I'm still repeating that the greatest disease we have today is the disease of sin. And sin has taken us so far away from God that we are not getting the blessings that God has designed for us. Now man has found help, but now man is still lagging. En nyadi dija tich Nyasaye. Masa moro duon Nyasaye luongo mondo wadonji kunde. To pod pachwa kod rieko wagolo mabor kode. Pod ng'eyo wa kata gi gik mwasetimo ywawa mabor kode. I am inviting you friends that today we submit to God so that we become fully healthy. We commit our bodies to God. We commit our mental aspects to God. We commit our spiritual aspects of life to God. We commit our physical and our social well-being to God. By the way, there is something that troubles me in the church. That we are in the church and we are assuming everything, it is business as usual. It is normal to fight your neighbor and come to church. It is normal to walk into that door and say clearly that so and so, if so and so is sitting on that pew, I'll not sit there. If so and so is in that row, I'd rather sit outside. And we think it is normal because we assume that coming to church with grudges is a normal business. I've come today, friends, to invite you. For us to be considered healthy, we must align ourselves with Christ. We must walk with Christ. Verse number 13 says, yes.
13 says,
yes.
And its servants came near and spoke to him and said, My father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you not have done it? Yes. How much more then when he says to you, wash and be clean?
Yes, 14 says.
14 says, so he went down and dipped 7 times in the Jordan,
yes,
according to the saying of the man of God.
Yes.
And his flesh was restored like
yes,
the flesh of a little child, and he was clean.
Yes. Thank you very much. What does it say? Verse 15.
15 says, And he returned to the man of God, he and all his aides, and came and stood before him. And he said, Indeed.
Friends, that's what I want us to say. He came and stood and said, Indeed there is. Repeat that.
Let me start 15.
Yes.
And he returned to the man of God, he and all his aides, and came and stood before him. And he said, Indeed now I know that there is no God in all the earth except in Israel.
Now I know there is no other God. Let me paraphrase it. Except the God of Israel. Friends, I invite you to the God of Israel. It doesn't matter how far you've been away from him. Naaman had been a leper for a time that is not short. Naaman went to Israel to get a healing. Naaman argued. Naaman even specified the kind of help he wanted. But when he took God at his word, he was made whole. I am inviting you, friends, during this health and temperance Sabbath, that we come to Jesus. And when we come to Jesus, let us come as we are. Let us forget about our positions in the society. Let us forget our positions in the church. Let us forget the achievements we have made. Let us forget our levels of education and come to Jesus as we are. Now man is testifying that now indeed I know there is no other God except the God of Israel. Friends, I'm inviting you to the God of Israel. The journey has been long. The year has been long. There have been challenges across the way. And as a result of it, many of us are mentally ill. As a result of it, many of us are physically ill. As a result of it, many of us are socially ill. As a result of that, many of us are not healthy. I invite you to Jesus Christ, the great physician who heals the sick. Choristers, let us do verse number 4 of Song 523. The great physician heals the sick. Song number 523, choristers, stanza number 4. (523), S.D.A. hymnal, stanza number 4. And I want you to meditate upon the words as we sing this song.
The great physician heals the sick. Sing. The great physician heals the sick, the lost he came to save. For me his precious blood he shed, for me his life he gave. I need no other evidence, I need no other plea. It is enough that Jesus died and rose again for me.
The great physician heals the sick. I love the chorus. I need no other evidence. Yes, the evidence is clear that it is only Jesus Christ who can